All right. So, Josh, thanks for jumping on with me. I really appreciate it, taking time out of your busy schedule. And I think we should just jump right into it. What I'd love is just take us up to speed. I know you're 21, right?
Yes, sir.
You're going to be 22 soon.
Here in about a month.
Yeah.
Yep.
So amazing. I think about when I was 21. Tell me about, you were at Target, right? Making $15 an hour.
Yep.
Loading the docks at 5 a.m.
Yep.
Take us from there until where you are now. Tell us that story.
Yeah, you're taking me back, loading boxes on the carts and unloading trailers at Target, and here we are. But yeah, so I was working at Target part-time, full-time. I was tossing up between a couple different universities I was going to. I graduated in 2020, so right when COVID started, and my college decision was rather uncertain. So between not knowing what I wanted to do, should be doing, I had some scholarship issues. I looked elsewhere for an opportunity, and I was just scrolling through Indeed, trying to find some other careers that I might be able to jump into. And I came across an ad for sales development training, which lo and behold, that was Course Careers. And Course Careers is a 5-month sales development course, and tech sales, that kind of thing. After looking to that, 5 months later, I was able to land a role with one of their partner companies.
So take me back a second here, though. Were you in college? Did you drop out of college? What happened there?
Yeah, so I was going to the local state school.
Got it.
And I dropped out to pursue the course that I took.
Got it. So you didn't graduate high school and say, I want to be in tech sales. At the same time, you were a little unsure, is college right for me? Is this the way I want to go? Because were you even a year into school?
I was on my 3rd semester.
Okay.
In school. I got decent grades. I was good at math. So I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do engineering. That's what people who go to math do. So I ended up choosing industrial engineering just because I thought that there was a lot that you could do with that degree, and I still think that's probably worth doing. But I went to a Penn State branch, and it was way too expensive, and they didn't have everything that I needed to complete the program that they told me they could.
Yeah.
So then I dropped that the first semester, moved to my local state school because that was cheaper. But since I took a gap semester in their eyes, they revoked my academic scholarships. So it was back to paying full price, and I just didn't feel the value was worth it after I still had 3.5 semesters to go.
Yeah.
And I took college credits in high school, and that still wasn't enough. So I just felt like I was losing the battle there, and I wanted to look into other things before I kept spending my money.
So the tech sales training, obviously you're a smart guy. If you're talking about engineering, right, and math, I'm horrible at numbers, so I'm definitely not an engineer. What did you see in the training that made you say, you know what, this looks pretty cool. I want to check this out. What was it about it? Because I was telling you earlier before we got on here, we were talking about my channel and what I do. And a lot of my audience, they're looking for careers.
Yeah.
They're looking for specialized training, things like that. What was it about it that made you say, you know what, hey, this is right. I want to do this?
I think it was a perfect storm because I've been hearing people talk about having high value skills is really what transfers in life, and sales is definitely one of those things.
Yeah.
I had a side interest in eventually becoming an entrepreneur and running my own business. So I really knew nothing about running a business. That's not the kind of place that I came from. So I figured if nonetheless start in sales, that's a really good skill to build that'll transfer to that kind of thing. So I saw it as this gives me an opportunity to learn a skill on somebody else's dime and get paid for it.
What do you mean by that? Learn a skill on somebody else's dime? Somebody pay for your training?
No, but the training it's really affordable. The course is $500.
$500.
$500,
which is crazy.
That's it. Yeah, just that value compared to college, and I was able to work 40 to 50 hours at Target to support myself while I took that course and finished that within 5 months. So.
Wow. So you finished in 5 months. Now, tell me a little bit, position you're in now. So it's a sales role. Are you working remotely? Do you have to go into an office? What goes on there?
Nope, I'm completely remote. No office life for me. I think some days I do enjoy the team that I work with. I've met them a couple times, and it would be nice to go in the office just to collaborate with people, but you can't beat the flexibility that comes with working from home, that's for sure.
When you went through the training, is it something that you could still work because you were still at Target and then you were pursuing this at night, correct? Or whenever you could do it? Like how many hours were you putting into it start to finish?
I don't know if I have a specific hour number. I was working full time and I would work on it. Like you said, in the evenings, I'd go to work, I'd go to the gym, and I'd come home and work on it for a couple hours.
Yeah.
It's all at your own pace. So you can go about it as you need to. You start off the course reading a handful of books. So once you get through the books, it's just in courses and taking quizzes and learning that way. But it's all self-paced.
What is the job placement like? Is it something where Course Careers is helping you connect with companies? Do they have like career fairs? How does that work?
So I think I took a really aggressive approach, which helped me in the long run, but I think this has since changed. Course Careers has partner companies, and I think they recently launched like a marketplace, like an Indeed kind of thing in the Course Careers force that companies can sign up for.
Okay.
And so it's a dual thing. Like you can see the companies that are partnered with Course Careers, reach out to them. They can reach out to students. It's based off of your scores through the program. So it's really in depth. But if you take advantage of that they're offering in the course, I took advantage of Indeed, having connections on LinkedIn. It made it pretty quick for me to start racking up job interviews.
And you felt prepared and ready to go when you, I don't know if you'd call it graduating or...
Yeah, when you complete the course, I felt super prepared. I had good interviews. I think I was in the interview process with 8 companies or so.
How many?
And about 8.
Oh, wow.
So between utilizing the companies that were partnered with Course Careers, which one of those was the one that I decided going through, and Indeed and LinkedIn, and I made it to final phases in all of those. It was just where I wanted to partner with at that point. But to answer your original question, I felt very prepared for the position I'm in now. I've been here for about 9 months and exceeding so far. I think I'm at like over 120% year to date.
You're over 120% what of your numbers, you mean? You're like your quota?
Target quota attainment, yeah.
Wow. And would you say that's directly tied to what you learned in the training?
I would say it has a lot to do with it. Yeah. Just comparing myself to everybody that I work with, like most of them were either they went to college for a few years and found themselves here, or they came from another sales related role or knew somebody working at the company or that kind of thing. Yeah. Nobody else on my team was specifically trained for this job. So I feel like I did have that kind of edge. Just knowing how the role already works and having a lot of familiarity with this, and just that specialized training does go a long way. And I see that being the future of how the workforce is trained.
What do you think the draw is for tech sales? Because there's a big buzz about tech sales, cybersecurity, anything IT, anything tech related, digital marketing related. If people are choosing to go this route, what is it about it? Is it the pay? Is it a combination of the remote? Why do you think people are so excited about a career in tech?
Yeah, I think it's those things that you touched on, right? There's a lot of freedom in the remote work environment. And I think a lot of tech companies are a little bit more progressive when it comes to work-life balance. At least that's been my experience. And you can't beat that, right? Like that freedom that you get with working from home. I think that's a lot of the draw to it. And you are making a good dollar, right? There's a lot of people who are working jobs like I was working at Target, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I think everybody out there wants to make more money if you can. And
sure.
I wouldn't say that there's too many fields out there that you can get into with this kind of experience and fast track to that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. That's the big thing too. And again, back to what I hammer home with my audience is anybody can get a job, and it's not knocking Target, but you can go get a job today. You can go, there's Target, there's McDonald's. I just took my kids to McDonald's yesterday, and right there is a big fat sign, hiring, $15 an hour. Come on in. So you can get a job. But a career, that's different. And a lot of times you got to choose, right? Either you find a way to go to college, or you have to have a skill set. You have to have something to offer.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah. So what is that skill? Is it going to be tech sales? Is it going to be digital marketing? Is it going to be IT? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you take classes on accounting. I think it's that specialized skills what companies are looking for. Otherwise, the jobs are going to be limited to customer service, admin, things like that. And again, those aren't bad, but I think the road, right, if you're going to be a lot longer to get where you want to go. Does that make sense?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I think you said that.
Are you excited about where you're going?
Yeah, Absolutely. I think I definitely could have touched on that before you even brought it up. There's a really good career path here. Like, I'm hoping to be an account executive here towards the end of summer, which hopefully I'll be a six-figure earner, which is a crazy thing to even say out loud.
And you're only 21.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's crazy how this change of pace, like, I felt like I was so behind in my college journey, and I graduated high school a little bit later than most people my age. So I always felt like I was a little behind the curve, but somehow I've caught up and gotten ahead. But even from that point, there's multiple levels of account executives. I could move into enterprise sales and make more money, or broaden my skills and move into a director position.
Yeah.
There's really, the sky's the limit with this kind of career path.
You took the training, you took the time to do and it seems like the time's probably the biggest investment. You said what? It's $500, and they have a free, and they have a free intro course.
Yep.
And they prepare you, they train you, they help you with interviewing, they connect you with companies, which is insane. I appreciate you jumping on, Josh, and I know my audience is going to love it, and I'll make sure to drop the link below to Course Careers. You guys can go check it out. Again, they have the free intro course that you can go through, and what the free intro course is, what, like a couple hours, Josh?
Yeah, I scrolled through that on a Friday night when I first found the course.
Yeah.
It isn't too much, but it'll get you started.
Yeah, so I think that's a great way for you guys to get started. You take the free intro course, and not just tech sales, but they've got tech sales, IT, and digital marketing. You can take the free intro course, get your feet wet, see if it's right for you. And we'll make sure to put Josh's information below. So if you guys want to reach out to him on LinkedIn, ask him any questions, please do. I wish you nothing but the best, and maybe we can circle back in a few months and chat again.
Sure thing. Thanks, Judd. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.